Hoosier Nation, what's up? Winning edition. I told you, Ben, that we would win. Indiana beats Penn State 77-71 at the Palestra. Much needed win for Indiana. They really, really needed this win for a myriad of reasons. Most importantly, it moves them, one step closer to getting where they want to be, ultimately qualifying for the NCAA tournament and finishing higher in the Big Ten play. They moved to what, 12-3 and 3-1 in the Big Ten. Ben, what are your opening thoughts?
Well, first of all, I'll admit I said I thought we were going to lose, but we won, and we actually shot pretty well. So you got to be excited about that. This is arguably our best win of the year, probably our best win of the year, I assume. And I thought the ball movement was really good, and since we only have one big, we move the ball around a lot better, and then Ballo becomes that much more valuable because he doesn't have to share space with Renew.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting dichotomy that Indiana's finding themselves in, right? I mean, clearly, Indiana's much better with one big. There's more space for the shooters to shoot, and specifically Mbako and Goody, who I think were both really good today. I'd like to see Mbako shoot it a few more. He shot 13 times today. I'd like to see that over 15. Goody only 7 shots. I'd like to see him take a few more. He was 3. Those two were 7 of 13 from 3, and that dog will hunt all day. And Ballo was amazing, 25 and 13. So I don't know what happened to him. With the Winthrop and Mike Woodson, he was even asked after the last game. If he wanted to address it, he said, let's just address his performance on the court. So I don't think we're going to get an answer to that. And quite frankly, I think we got to move on from it. But Ballo was amazing today. I mean, 25 and 13, 33 minutes. That's about all you can ask for him. He even had foul trouble there late. Woodson went back to him kind of, pretty much I was sitting there saying, like, you can't, like, Hatton is not there are some games that Langdon Hatton's going to be able to play in. This was not one of them.
Yeah, he's really like a low level Division I player. I mean, he plays hard, he does some things, but like he's not playing versus if we played Kansas or Kentucky or Duke, he's not playing. At least I hope he's not playing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would hope not. I mean, and ultimately, right, we know he's in there because Renew is hurt. I mean, we don't have any other options really to go to. I mean, I was sitting there thinking in a game like this, like it's not like Penn State had like a dominant bigs. Like I would have just gone, maybe with if you need to, a lineup with Mbako, Goody, Tucker, Galloway, and Rice, and just roll with that for a few minutes to give back. Because I mean, Hatton was awful. He could not guard anyone, and it wasn't like really like he just was out of position. He made a couple turnovers, right? It was not a game for him, and
he can't.
I would just rather see that. I would rather, like, if you're going to give up buckets, give them out. I mean, I don't want to be too nitpicky because Ballo played 33 of the 40 minutes, but those 7 minutes that Hatton was on the floor were our worst 7 minutes of the game.
Well, he's 7 feet tall and he doesn't move his feet well. I mean, I don't know. I'm not 7 feet tall. I don't know how easy it is to move around, but he just doesn't. He doesn't move laterally very.
He's not a Big Ten player.
No,
he's not. I mean, like, yeah, he's had games where he's done some good things, and that was against lesser competition. And I mean, I don't want to beat up on the kid too much. I mean, at the end of the day, Indiana wins, and was a win they needed. Where Ballo, but I think we got to figure something else out when because Woodson mentioned after the game. I think it's we can talk more about the game specifically, but Malik Renew going to be out for a while, and I don't know what that means. Indiana basketball, like their injury report and the vagueness that they have, never ceases to amaze me. That could mean a week. That could mean 2 months. I have no way to read into that, but I think it tells you that you're not going to have him, probably for the next week or two, at least. Right? I think you got to prepare the next 4 games. Probably he's out, and we'll see from there.
Do we know anything about Dallas Jones? Could he possibly play?
No,
All
no, no, no. Clearly,
right.
if he could have played, then he would have been out there today, right? I think like
Hey,
that's.
he's 7 feet tall. I mean, I don't know.
I,
At some point, you just need size.
yeah, I mean, I think it's also too of like how comfortable are you with putting somebody in a position like the system? Do you know it? Are they really locked in, or like are they just gonna crap down their leg when they get in there? And I mean, but I mean, Ballo was amazing today, and Baco really strong. Had some tough shots that he hit. A big start to the second half. That first half was really just a rock fight, and then Indiana came out and kind of punched Penn State in the
Yeah.
mouth in the second half. And you know, I was sitting there waiting of like, when's that lull gonna happen? We got out to 16-point lead, and we almost blew it, right? And I mean, we've seen that before. And Darren Breeze is into the chat here and says Kanan Carlisle has been a major disappointment. He has tried to play his paycheck for this team to win a national title. What real estate agency did Anthony Leal work for? The announcer, that I do not know, but I would agree with you, Kanan Carlisle. I think let's bring that up. If we want to beat up on Langdon Hatton, then we certainly have to beat up on Kanan Carlisle because he played 8 minutes, and I'm assuming those were some of the minutes that Hatton was in there as well. But Carlisle, like, what's going on there?
I'm gonna go ahead and call him Gabe Cups 2.0. Stats sheet stuffer, can't hit his shot. Supposed to be good at defense, but I don't even really think he's that good at defense, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, he already got moved to the bench. He's getting 8 minutes a game, so
yeah. And I mean, I know he had an injury, so like, if he trying to play through something, like, at least tell me that, because it just doesn't look like the same player that I watched last year, and the player that I watched highlights of when we signed him. And I would agree. I don't know what his paycheck is, but he's not living up to it. And be that as it may, though, this is a big win for Mike Woodson. Quite frankly, things could have gone. I mean, you listened to our show 2 weeks ago, and it puts you in a deep depression in terms of IU basketball, right? And here we are. And I'm not saying. I said if we beat USC, we're all the way back. We're close to being back, but the schedule after USC gets pretty darn difficult. So you have to stack these wins. And I think if you rewound the tape to about a month ago, I said anything less than 4-1 start to the Big Ten you're not gonna that's gonna really put you behind the eight ball. So Indiana's 3-1. USC is a winnable game on Wednesday at Assembly Hall. To get to that 4-1 point and to give you some momentum before you head into Iowa next Saturday night.
Yeah, well, I tell you, one of the most shocking things this weekend was when Wisconsin put up over 100 points. I don't think
116.
I don't think that's ever happened
against Iowa. When they scored 85.
Yeah.
And they scored 85, and that's those are teams you're going to have to play. And I'm not going to sit here and say I watched that game, but yeah, I mean, I don't think we could score 116. So something's got to give there. But yeah, I mean, so let's talk a little bit about. So Penn State plays at the Palestra once a year. I feel like that was a much better atmosphere than when we go to Happy Valley, and I think a tougher atmosphere than when we go to Happy Valley. Yes, there were some Indiana fans there in a major city. You're going to get that in Philadelphia. You're going to get that, but 8,700 people at that, 8,800 people there, a bandbox, tough environment, and that goes down as a road win. I wasn't sure if they were going to call that a neutral or a road game for Indiana. And it is, in fact, going to be counted as a road game, which, when you get down to Selection Sunday, if you're one of those teams at the end, which Indiana probably will be, right? They're going to look at net, quad one, road wins. That's at least something on the resume that they'll have. Nobody will be able to take it away from them. Another nugget I saw I was watching the Purdue game earlier, and what's his name? they were talking about the Big Ten Network, and they said home winning streaks. Indiana has a 12-game home win streak at Assembly Hall. I didn't know that. Maybe it's because they didn't play anybody, but they have a 12-game home win streak at Assembly Hall. So we'd look to keep that going on Wednesday. Miles Rice, let's talk about him for a bit. What'd you think today?
You know, our friend Robbie Hummel always says he's got to work on his speed, when to go fast, when to go slow. I don't think he's too. I think he's got potential. I don't think he's hit his potential, especially shooting. He was 2 of 9 today. He had 4 assists, 2 steals. I mean, he had an okay game, but when he was coming here, I had big expectations for him as maybe our top guy. But I tell you what, when Mbako and Goody hit 7 3-pointers together, that makes everything just come that much easier for us.
Yeah.
Especially if we only got one big man down there.
Yeah. I mean, they're good at, like, Robbie almost said it on the broadcast. He's like, what's Indiana going to do when Malik Renew comes back? And I was like, good problem to have, but I think we've already seen Woodson kind of toy with some of that one big lineup in spots. Now he's forced into it. But I think, there are you brought it up on the last show where we talked about there's going to be some teams where we do play 2 bigs. Purdue, Michigan, like some of these teams in the Big Ten do play bigger. So we're going to need them. I don't think USC is a team we're going to necessarily have to be worried about of a 2 big system. But, in Iowa, same thing, probably not with them. So this will probably kind of, I don't know, does Woodson end up falling ass backwards into something here and then has to bring Renew off the bench when he comes back?
It's tough to bring your top scorer off the bench, but I do think we do play a hell of a lot better when we have one big man. Like the floor space is better. We pass the ball to the corner because everyone seems to want to play like a 2-3 zone or some sort of zone versus us. So I just feel like the ball moves around the court better, for sure. It's not sticky hands.
Speaking of moving the ball, Breeze says Galloway's a phenomenal passer. If he was a quarterback, he could spin it through a car wash and the ball wouldn't get wet. Extremely impressed by Galloway's passing ability. I thought Galloway had some good moments today. He had a big steal there late where he went through the ball screen. He had 6 assists, 2 turnovers, so 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. I don't think Galloway has to worry about Carlisle taking his spot. I think that's pretty much cemented. It's him and Rice in the backcourt. But are you okay with Galloway today?
I think Darren Breeze might be ahead of Carlisle in the depth chart about the situation. But Galloway, he sometimes gets on a roll with these assists and sometimes shooting, even though I don't really love when he shoots threes just because I don't really think they're going in, if I'm going to be 100% honest. I'd rather see Goody or Mbako shoot a 3. But sometimes he gets on like these like assist rolls, especially when he starts throwing the ball to Ballo for dunks.
Yeah, I mean, he does have a way to find the 5-man on that pick and roll. Miles Rice, I'd like to see him shoot a little bit more, like get going earlier. Like he wasn't really going the first half, and he did get bet. I mean, he was 2 of 9, but 4 of 4 from free throw line. I do really like that, and Hummel mentioned this on the broadcast, that having a Rice and an Mbako that are 90% free throw shooters to be able to give the ball to at the end of the game. And we were 16 for 22, 73% from the line, which has been a bugaboo for this team for years. And quite frankly, 4 of those misses are from Ballo, and he was 7 of 11. And I think
which is great for him. We'll take that every time.
Yeah, and if 6 assists for Galloway and another 4 if we were playing hockey.
Yeah.
So maybe a 10 assist game for Galloway. But yeah, I mean, the bench, Bryson Tucker.
The bench is kind of producing like last year's bench, if I'm going to be honest. And we got 3 points today. We got to have more production.
Yeah. If Leo's going to play 17 minutes, he's going to have to shoot it. Like, he took 1 shot that wasn't in rhythm, but he's going to have to shoot it 3 or 4 times a game to keep the defense honest if he's going to be out there. Like I mean, he can make it when it's not a, fade away 35 footer off the glass. But I mean, like he can make shots. Like the guy was Mr. Basketball in Indiana. Surely to God, um, let's put it up.
And
But yeah,
Bryson Tucker needs to realize he's 15 feet and in
yeah,
because he shot
goes
two
to the
threes.
rim.
He shot two threes today. I don't even know if I've seen him make a three this year. Maybe just a couple, but just
Yeah,
15 Jermaine O'Neal shots. That's what he needs to do. You
get
don't
to the
need to
rim.
be, yeah, you
Like
don't need to
go
be
to
out
the
there.
rim, use your athleticism, get to the free throw line, layups, dunks, mid range, 10, 12 foot, all that. I mean, I'm fine with that. Um, Penn State, was it our defense or was it just a bad shooting day? 3 of 21 from three. I felt like our defense was okay, but I feel like they had some open looks too that they just didn't knock down. They looked like more of an Indiana shooting effort. Indiana 9 of 23 from 3 point line, 39.1%. Penn State 3 of 21, 14%. Um, what did you think of the defense?
I thought it was better than normal. I wasn't seeing because not to get back on the Renew thing, but I feel like how many times have we seen him run out with his hand like this for a 3-point shooter? I feel like we rotate better with four guys that aren't bigs,
Mhm.
necessary so-called bigs. So I think our 3-point defense is a lot better when we only have one big out there, significantly better. I
Yeah.
mean, they missed some shots, but we also played a little bit better defense than normal.
Yeah. I mean, I do think, and I mean, I hope Malik's back next game and Woodson's wrong. And, maybe there's but, Indiana does. I mean, Jeff Goodman was tweeting about it that they just look less clogged up. I mean, Hummel again. I think he's the best analyst in the college basketball game,
Yeah.
quite frankly. And he always brings up. He's like, look how much more spacing Indiana has because they don't have two bigs that are clogging it up. Because nobody's like they want Malik Renew to shoot a three, and they know Ballow's not shooting them. So like in the college game, you can clog the paint. NBA you can't. Defensive 3 seconds. College you can't. So it's yeah, I don't know. But I mean, if it was me, and I mean there's a long way to go here, but let's say, just for grins here, Indiana beats USC and they beat Iowa and they're 5-1 and Malik Renew comes back. I mean, and you got Illinois, a team that wants to play fast, probably and not a big back it down. I mean, they just watched them whip Oregon the other night, and now they're doing the same to Washington, I believe. Um, I'm bringing Renew off the bench. I
I
bring him
mean,
in for
that's a good
Ballo at the
that's
15
a good
minute mark.
idea in today's transfer world. He might just transfer once you tell him that. But
Well, or you can say you can bring Ballo off the bench. One of the two. I mean, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, you may be able to use the injury as an excuse to say, hey, we're going to ease you back in. You bring him off the bench. You kind of position it that way. He sees that you're playing, and it may blow up in your face. You people maybe listen to this and saying you're an idiot. Like he's one of our best players. I don't doubt that. I mean, he is our leading scorer. But the way this team is constructed, if Mbako's playing the four and can stay out of foul trouble, that's bringing somebody away from the paint that would not be away from the paint if Renew was in there. That's just simple. And it's not like Mbako's 6'4". I mean, he's 6'9". Like he's got size. He can get good. He had 7 rebounds today.
you know,
I mean, hell, I don't even. I mean, what's Renew averaging on rebounds a game? Like I mean, it's not like he's Dennis Rodman out there.
he doesn't
So
really get that many rebounds.
yeah, I mean, like if not, I mean, look this up here. Uh, yeah, he's averaging 6 rebounds a game.
Yeah, that's
So I mean, if you got Goody getting you 7, uh, again, I hope he's fine, and I think you can find a way to make it work. Like Ballo doesn't need to play 23 or 33 minutes,
well.
and
Let's be honest. Mbako should be able to get 7 to 8 rebounds a game. He should be able to. He
oh
was
yeah,
he was early in the season.
I mean, he's averaging 5. He's
Yeah.
averaging 5 a game before today. And what do you have today? 4 rebounds, right? So from Mbako and Goody had 11 rebounds there. Ballo had 13. Like Ballo needs to be getting 13 rebounds. It's a good problem to have, I guess. But you hope he's back soon. I mean, but I do think that this is going to force Indiana to, I'm just looking at the minutes distribution here, right? So Tucker played 13 minutes, Hatton played 8, Carlisle played 8, Leal 17. Um,
And we
I
got
don't know that
zero production
nothing
from any
out
of
of any of that.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, can you manipulate this lineup? And yeah, you can play two bigs at times. 5 minutes, one big, 5 minutes, the next one big, then you come back with the two, and you can manipulate it and get it in that 28, 30 minutes for those two guys. You're going to get foul trouble. I think it's a possibility for Indiana to be able to do that. So we'll see. I mean, who knows? He could be out a month and it's a moot point.
Hmm.
But USC's coming up next. Michigan just beat them yesterday, and we're their next game on. They're 9-5. I don't know. I don't know too much about USC, but I will say that it's a game Indiana should win. Should win 8 to 10 points. So like,
I do like their coach.
who is their
Muscle
coach? Is
Musselman.
it Musselman? Okay,
Yeah.
so they're going to play fast. So this is going to be a game that I mean, I don't even have to look at their roster. They're going to play 4 out, 1 in. So Indiana, this is actually playing into Indiana's favor. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, folks. I know it sounds crazy that one of our leading scorer not being there. I would say the same thing if Ballo was hurt and it was just Renew. Be the same thing. Now, I think Ballo's more of uh, a a better rim protector and rebounder and all that stuff. So, that's all good. But yeah, Paul Schwartz joined the chat. I'm sure that's one of Breeze's burner accounts. Would be my guess. It says, "Good luck in the NIT again, unless too arrogant to accept. Purdue will dominate Indiana as long as Painter can host
Oh,
Lafayette." Well, I mean, hey, Woodson's beat him 3 times up to this point, so we'll see. We get you twice this year, Paul. Uh, Paul Schwartz. That is a good one. So USC coming in. Oh, Indiana's 3-1 in the Big Ten. So there's 20 league games. Now, I was thinking about this today. How in like I'm an NFL fan. Shout out to the Bengals. Not going to make it because the Chiefs are laying down and Aaron Rodgers sucks. But whatever. They finished with a winning record. Had a big
is
win last night.
my boy Carson Wentz not coming through for you?
He's not coming through. No, they're not. But so I looked at this. So in NFL, right, they typically look at it like 4-game quadrants, right? Kind of like seasons within the season. And I thought about the league uh, of the Big Ten being a 20 game. So you just finished your first quadrant at 3-1. What can you do with the next quadrant? If you look at coming up, USC at home, at Iowa, Illinois at home, at Ohio State. You have to split at worst, right? I mean, Illinois at home, that's a chance to get a big win. They're going to be way up in the rankings by then. Coming off a West Coast road trip. Um, we'll see. Rogers is up 14-6, taking care of business. The Chiefs laid down on us. Man, it's a shame. It's a damn shame. But, if we don't get a pass interference in Kansas City, we beat them week 2, and none of this matters. So that's the shield, as they say. So next, I want to look at the 4 games. So by my birthday, where is Indiana? They're 3-1. My birthday is January 19th. Where is Indiana in Big Ten? They're 3-1 right now. Next 4 games.
Well, I didn't know who the next 4 games are versus. You
I
said
just told you. USC at Iowa, which we usually play pretty well at Iowa. Illinois at home and at Ohio State. So
yeah.
three really tough games after USC.
So let's say we go 3-1 in that. I think that's realistic. Probably 2.
So where's the road win coming? Iowa
we
or Ohio
beat
State?
we beat USC, we beat Iowa, and if we go 3-1, we beat Ohio State. Oh,
You think we
Illinois' at
lose to
home.
Illinois at home? Illinois at home. The students will be back. The young Kings will be back in Assembly Hall, I think, for that one. It's on Peacock. God, it's so bad.
Yeah, you love the cock, I tell
The
you.
the, the, the broadcast on Peacock is just not good. I'm sorry, folks. It's just not. Like, I like Hummel and I like Noah Eagle, but the quality, it's just not good. It's a stream. I know I mean, it says I got fast internet, yet their stream is still kind of lagging a bit. Like, it just sucks. I can't do this.
Yeah. Um,
So,
but then the next two games are Northwestern, Maryland. Those are definitely both winnable.
well, at Northwestern, mm, last time we were up there, didn't Woodson like suspended half the team or something? I don't think that was the last time we were up there, but
We get out coached every time we play Northwestern, but that's another
well,
story.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what you need to look at. I mean, I got to give it to Woodson here, though. Peichel and Rhodes. I mean, I would rather have them as coaches than Woodson, if you asked me.
Who?
But what Peichel for Rutgers and Rhodes for Penn State.
Oh, I think
I
the
would rather.
Rutgers coach is terrible.
What?
Yeah.
I disagree. Jim Calhoun disciple. I disagree. I mean, he's whipped us. I mean, he has whipped Indiana his entire tenure at Rutgers. So maybe not everybody else, but I mean, he's brought Rutgers out of the doldrums. He's got 2 5 stars. I told you I'm all in on Rutgers, but I got to give Woodson some credit. You know, he he's had a pretty good performance the last 2 nights or last 2 games. I got to give him credit for that. And he's looked. I've watched him on the sidelines. He's looked a little bit more energetic. Maybe he's like, shit, I might be actually coaching for my job. Like, when stuff happens, I mean, when your back's against the wall, who knows? But I got to give it up to Mike Woodson. Did you have we didn't hit on this. Got to go back for today's game. Any throw your chair moment that you had in the game today against Penn State? You think about that. I'll share mine.
Okay.
It was I was texting somebody and I said, "Why is Kane and Carlisle coming in? He's gonna immediately come in, turn it over, and brick 2 shots," and he did. So it's just like I feel bad for the kid. I don't know what his deal is, but I mean, you can't tell me you averaged 11 points as a freshman in the Pac-12 and you come to the Big Ten and you just aren't any good. I simply, it's got to be an injury or there's something like it can't just be he just started to stink at basketball.
I don't know. I was told the kid could play defense, and I don't see that either. So I
Yeah.
don't know. But you know what's weird is we could actually use Cups or Ja'Kai Newton. They would actually get a couple minutes, but both of them have these mysterious injuries that we don't know.
Well, I mean,
What the situation?
Cops had meniscus surgery, so I mean, like, legitimate, but it probably. I mean, it's a medical red shirt and transfer. Well, I would guess, but I don't know. Regardless, did you have a moment in the game where you're just like, nothing really sticks out all that much of like just a blunder?
Most of the time, I have at least a couple.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's got to be a testament to the way
Growth.
The team has played the last couple of games, and we'll see, what happens. But I mean, if you come out against USC and win convincingly on Wednesday night, then you may have something, right? You may have something because the schedule gets tougher, right? The schedule definitely gets tougher. But you got to take care of the ones you got to take care of. And, your one Big Ten loss is at Nebraska. Hey, UCLA, welcome to the House of Horrors. People just don't go to Nebraska and win. They just don't. So, maybe that's one we can just, I think, and we'll probably end on this, but just like the games where we're not competitive, that's what drives me crazy. Right?
Yeah, when we get blown out by 20
yeah.
30. Yeah.
Yeah, like can we just limit that? If you go to Iowa and you lose by 3, like nobody's gonna be mad about that. Like, yeah, we want to win every game we play, but don't get beat by 20. Don't pull Iowa at Wisconsin and get beat 116-85. Right? Like I'd have to like I don't even know how you score 116 in the
I
college game.
don't either.
I mean, Kentucky and Florida did. They were neither one of those teams were playing a lick of defense, and they both scored 100. But 116, that's NBA stuff right there. So, all right, well, we'll be back at it.
I gotta tell you what
Yeah,
though,
yeah,
Florida's got a backcourt. They got 3 seniors,
yeah.
all pretty good players.
Oh, before we get out of here, Breeze wants to know what do you think of the new LiAngelo Ball rap song? Says it's a banger.
I've heard from multiple sources that it's a banger, but I have not heard it yet. Ask him if he wears his Big Baller brand sandals while he's listening to that.
He might. I'm have to listen to old LiAngelo's song. So with that, we'll call it. We'll be back after the game on Wednesday. What time's that game on Wednesday? What do we got there?
What's it, 9?
Surely not. It's not on Peacock. It's at 7 on Big Ten Network. Okay.
Big Ten Network.
So
Okay.
a normal time. All right. Well, we'll be back after that. Again, follow us on Instagram, Who's Your Court Pod, Twitter, X, YouTube. Give us a like, subscribe, watch us live there, or listen to us, as they say, wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you Wednesday.
Bye.